Hello, everybody, and welcome to Moderno to Maranello, your Ferrari Motorsport podcast. It's still the weekend, and it's our post-quali analysis. So I'm Toby here in London. Up there in Birmingham is...
Hi, guys. I'm Paul.
And it's back to Richie, live in Australia.
Okay, so qualifying day here at Albert Park, and mixed results here for Ferrari. Obviously, Carlos having a fantastic session, and Charles falling away sort of in his last run. The Ferraris have looked strong here all weekend. So this morning again, we topped the timesheets, and going into qualifying was really hopeful that we'd see probably Leclerc on pole, but it wasn't to be. Dropped a wheel out here at turn 12 on his last run, which saw him abort the lap, and then end up in P5. So second and fifth, we can sort of manufacture a result out of that, I think. With an asterisk, third driver, Lewis, this weekend, he's been struggling around here all weekend. He did in FP3 put some really quick times in, and then once it came to qualifying, just the Mercedes again looked pretty slow and ragged around here. So I'm sure there's a lot of questions being asked in their garage, but that's a problem for them. We're looking good. We're up front. For the Aussies, Oscar Piastri had a pretty good run, and the unfortunate one with Daniel Ricciardo trying to get out of Q3. He did everything right with his last run, but then on review, he's run wide through the turn 3, 4, 5 complex. Track limits means he lost that time, and you could feel the air just get sucked out of the venue when that sort of time penalty came in and Ricciardo lost his time. So all in all, a great session. I think we're in with a chance for a podium, maybe even two tomorrow. Let's see how the race plays out tomorrow.
It's quite interesting listening to the Sky comments because everyone's talking about Lewis. Obviously, they're going crazy over here about how terrible it is, and also they're including Oscar in a lot of that, right? So they're saying, "Oh, there's so much support for Lando there," even though Oscar's one of you guys, right? And I'm like, really? I'm sure it's not like that, you know. Like it's. I'm sure there is support for Lando, but you know, Oscar's your guy.
I know. Absolutely. I know we've got the Melbourne walk where the drivers walk in. I don't know if you've seen anything about that. It's all they seem to be talking about this weekend down here. And Lando's popular there, but the feeling amongst the stands and all that sort of stuff, there's one driver from McLaren this weekend, and he comes from Melbourne. He doesn't come from England.
Yeah, so, right. There you go. The other thing that people were talking about is they were kind of dismissing Carlos this weekend a little bit because of obviously, you know, his operation, and it's only his actual second quali session. So they were saying it's all on Charles. Charles is going to do it, and then Carlos has been absolutely blistering in practice and in quali, you know, and so that was interesting, I thought, because everyone was like, "Oh, I think we owe Carlos an apology now," you know, because he's
absolutely
on it, you know.
And I think I said that to you yesterday. I was skeptical coming into this weekend if he'd even race. You know, he had keyhole surgery, so it's not like he had the traditional surgery for his appendicitis. But man, that's an athletic performance to come back and done what he's done so far this weekend, and to have a front row here, which they're saying Albert Park is a classic European track. You know, fast sweeping corners. It does load the body up. So for what he's done here, it's amazing, and I think he's really got a point to prove for the rest of this year, and he's going to do everything he can to beat Leclerc in every session.
I agree with that 100%. I think he's driving for himself. He's a running advert, isn't he? And he's got to save his career. So,
and I'm sure he will hope to get through tomorrow's race. And I don't think he's been looking forward to it at all. Is he? He's discomfort, but he's doing a solid job. And I'm sure he'll be looking to get back to having a rest. But fantastic to see what he's done.
Absolutely, and three lap runs compared to 58 laps around here. It is going to be how he goes from that mid race and beyond. I guess only time will tell. But these guys are super fit athletes. They're super dedicated to their craft. I think he'll get through. Whether we see him slip from, say, a second, third, fourth, fifth as the race progresses, who knows? We wait and see. But so far, the signs there are that he's doing okay.
Yeah. As you say, he's super fit, and well, they all are, right? So recovery time is reduced because of that as well. So it's as long as his confidence is high and he feels good, and the adrenaline, I guess, kicks in as well. So there's all of that.
I was saying to Toby before the practice, I was hoping Ollie wasn't going to get in the car this weekend. I felt that after Saudi Arabia, just park it. I really wanted to park it, get more experience. Because sometimes after a glory race, you know, a first race, the second race can be a little bit different.
And you also have a look at, he's got a championship to try and win in F2 as well. And the more we're dragging him out of that, it's really going to be a hindrance to his championship battle there, which, all right, he's got a Ferrari Driver Academy contract there. But if we don't pick him up and there's other teams looking at getting him and he drops further down the order, you know, I'm sure you're always going to want to take that F1 seat over an F2 championship. But, you know, he's sort of, he's only going to damage his reputation after last weekend doing so well to get put in the car at the last minute again. So, I totally agree with that.
I mean, what do you think about expectations tomorrow? I think, obviously, you know, Carlos's second's got a good chance. I don't think we're going to come close to Max. But Perez, I think we could have him. I think we can get podiums. I think we can get second and third. I really do.
Absolutely.
So as long as Charles pulls it together, I think, you know, a good start, I think will be great.
Well, Charles has form here. You know, he obviously won here in 2022. He does enjoy the track. There's a lot to take out of the practice sessions that we've had so far. From what I'm hearing, the Ferraris look good on long runs. And for the first time in the last 2 or 3 years, they're looking after their tyres on the long runs too. So he's hoping, all right, we know how good that Red Bull is. We know how good Max is. We can attack Sergio. I think if we can get, if Charles can get a couple of spots at the start or in the first couple of laps, and we've got 2 Ferraris going after Sergio, I don't see why we can't get second and third. I'm quietly confident, a lot more confident than I was, say, 2 weeks ago, heading into tomorrow's race. So,
and there's always a chance of safety cars, obviously, in Melbourne, isn't there?
Absolutely.
So if you get lucky or good strategy and quick thinking, there's always a chance we can do something because of that situation to be lucky.
You only need to go back 12 months ago to know how chaotic the race was here. Albert Park always has safety cars. There's always the unknown. Weather's going to be pretty similar to what it was the last 2 days, so the teams are going to know what's going on there. But safety cars always happen here, so there is that chance. Safety cars breed safety cars, so we get 1, we get 2, we get 3. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. And how's the atmosphere there compared to yesterday? I know it's elevated even more, right? So they were saying 450,000 attending. That's what they were saying on TV here. So
we've got, I think so far, yesterday we had 120,000. Today we have at 130,000. And Friday we had 60. I reckon there was more than 60 here on Thursday. So we've, over the last 2 days, had 250,000. We've had over 300,000 in 3 days. Tomorrow they get 150. They're going to break 450, which is the record from last year, which was a record from 2 years ago. It's crazy. Another little thing that really popped the crowd up today, and this is a fact that was said on the Track GP TV. With Max Verstappen dropping the time here into a 1:15.9, it's the quickest cars have ever been around here. It also elevates the average speed to over 250 k's, which now makes Albert Park a quicker track than Spa-Francorchamps. If you can believe that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Amazing.
And even after they said that over the radio, sort of everyone in the crowd sort of looked around at each other, and it's sort of, the atmosphere is amazing here this weekend. It's been really good.
Everything looks perfect there. All the images on the TV, the grandstands, the fans pouring in and holding the flags, and the, you know, like you mentioned yesterday, the diversity in ages and like younger kids, they're all dressed up, ready to go. You know, whether it's a Max fan or a Hamilton fan or whoever it is, or you know, they're all dressed up, ready to go. So I think it's amazing. Yeah,
it's amazing. It really is. Like the dynamic has really shifted. You know, the old pale, stale, grey, whatever it is, fans, they're gone. Now just a totally different dynamic in the crowd, and it's with that you get that different type of atmosphere and enthusiasm and all that sort of thing. So it's been a great weekend. Tomorrow the weather looks to be good again. Roll on race day.
Thanks for joining us, Rich, and have a beer on us. And we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow after the race. So
beautiful,
awesome.
Good on you guys.
Cheers,
as always,
Rich.
Forza Ferrari.
Forza Ferrari. Thanks, Richie. Thanks for joining us.